Welcome to the Gamescape, everybody. My name is Jarek, and today we're back in Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. This is episode 15 of our playthrough, and in our previous episode, we cleared out Topaz Solutions, which was one of the two places that Nevia had told us about where cultists were hanging about. And we went in there and we got the job done and found a couple of things. And then we made it back here to the Defender's Heart because we were kind of in need of rest and running low on resources and so on. And so we decided to come back here. Now we have a couple of things left to do. Out on the city map, we still have to go visit the library. And so we'll probably be doing that sooner rather than later. But if we take a look at our journal, we can see there's still some things that we need to do. So we finished Grim Family Secrets, but we have some other things that we need to do, including some companion quests. So if we take a look here, Nenio wants to talk to us. We want, Woljif wants to talk to us as well. And we still need to help Sela find Jana so that we can go. She was last seen in the town square. And so in the market square rather. And so we would probably need to head back there and look for clues. We didn't cover the entire place. We got most of it, I think, but we missed probably the part where either the clue is or where Jana is. And so we'll have to take a look at that too. So I think what we're going to do for the moment is we're going to go ahead and talk to Woljif and Nenio and see what they have to say. So if we come back here, Woljif is back here. So let's have a chat with him and see what's up with him.
Psst, look, Chief, I got something to show you. Ta-da! A real beaut, isn't it?
Woljif comes closer and looks around quickly to make sure no one is eavesdropping. He makes a subtle gesture, and an amulet on a chain appears in his hand. A silver amulet in the shape of a waning moon with the dark crystal in the middle, the moon of the abyss. So you did betray the tieflings.
Oh, that cuts me deep, Chief. You and I saw who the traitor was. It's just that when we robbed the shop, I went in first and took what I wanted. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know about that.
Although, of course, I did think about hiding the moon and just taking myself off somewhere warm when all this blows over. But only because I want to see the world. Is it a crime to want to travel? Huh? Is that what counts for treachery these days?
So you've actually had the amulet this whole time?
Since that night, Chief, Melround didn't even set eyes on it. While he was dealing with the golem, I sneaked past them, and that was that.
Wow. So why exactly is this thing so important to you?
Do you really not remember it? Oh, I thought you would appreciate it. It's from the old man Fileman, the owner of the Ancient Trees and Wonders shop. It's the pride of his collection.
I know that.
The Moon of the Abyss.
Yeah.
An amulet with a rare crystal crafted by an unknown maker. When I think of how much this thing is worth, it makes my head spin.
Okay, do I even want to know how you managed to hide this thing? I don't really know if I do. But I'm a glutton for punishment, so we're going to ask anyway. How did you manage to hide it from the guards?
Thieves have their ways.
So why didn't you just give it to Charisme?
What? So she would slay me right away, you mean? You saw how antsy she was over Canabras and all this. So I did it. I took the Moon of the Abyss. But I didn't go to Erebeth. And Big Sister wouldn't hear my explanations. She doesn't have the time. I even thought I'd hide the moon somewhere, and then when all the noise had died down, I'd go get it and make a run for it. I'm sick of the thieflings. And they never appreciated me anyway.
Well, so why did you take it? I mean, it's not like you can sell the item.
Why, he asks? It's expensive. Pretty. And you know, it's my amulet, actually. Not meaning I stole it, but I mean, this is my inheritance. My grandma and I were poor. All we had was a jewelry box with the moon in it. She used to store it under the floor in the basement, and she'd take it out sometimes just to look at it. She was always nicer when she had a few drinks in her, so I could ask her things then. One time I asked where she got it from, and she said it was from a demon. You know, the demon who was my grandfather. He said the moon was to be passed down. My ma was good for nothing and nobody, so that's why Grandma decided to keep the amulet for me. She used to say it would be mine when I grew up. But she couldn't wait until I grew up. She squandered my inheritance when she became a drunk. Took it to Fileman's shop and pawned it. He gave her some coppers for it, and she didn't even haggle. Just grabbed them and ran back to the tavern before last orders. I've been going to Fileman's to look at the moon ever since I was a kid. He chased me away, but I just kept going back, so eventually he gave up. He didn't skimp on security. The place was like a fortress, so he wasn't worried about a street rat like me pinching anything. Even when I got more skilled, I couldn't get any closer to it. One day, I had no one to go with. Another day, there were only oafs who'd never stolen anything more than a church donation box. But when Charisme had planned everything out, I realized I had a chance to get the moon and move away from here. Maybe to Garand. I hear it's warmer there. I've stayed with the family for too long.
Let's see. We're going to go this way. You deceived the people who considered you a friend. That's not the way to treat your friends.
Family, friends. You know, some people don't believe in gods, so gods don't exist for them. And I don't believe in family. All that heartwarming talk about sticking together. Ugh. People like to say those things, but when push comes to shove... Sister Charisme used to say that us tieflings were one family, and you see how that turned out. And did you hear that excuse for an apology? I did the right thing, and I was right to want to run when I just planned on stealing the Moon of the Abyss. Everything turned out as it should. Whatever you think, I owe you. I'm not just a thief. I have my own business selling things. Thanks to you, I'm still in the family, and we have the black market sewn up in this city. It's a good way to sell valuables.
Making sure no one was going to take the amulet from him, Woljif hides it under his shirt and folds his arms on his chest.
So, if you need anything, a scroll or something, just say the word. I have a little portal to our people in Nerosian. You put a note there, and you get what you need. I can't get you anything big, but what they do have is all high quality. Nothing's too good for you, Chief. What's mine is yours. For a price, of course.
Right, of course. Okay. All right, so Woljif is standing, repeatedly flipping a coin into the air and catching it. He looks bored, but the tip of his tail is twitching nervously. Noticing you, he perks up. Hey, Chief, how about letting me go? Why would you need a thief in your party? What if I rob you in your sleep? I mean, I'm not going to for now, but what if I get a rush of inspiration? I mean, that's a interesting way to start a conversation. Yeah, what can you get from your thiefling connections, actually? Woljif breaks into a happy grin. Look, Chief, the thieflings have all the best things. All right, let's see what we can get here. Stuff that costs a lot. Okay, some stuff that costs a lot. Some stuff that's not so bad. We got a Dwarven Urgrosh, sorry. D+1 piercing. Poisonous dart. A stock of purity. This is finesse wielding. It is 4 to 12 damage. 2d4 plus 1 piercing plus a d3 of positive damage. Cold iron, enhancement plus 1, finesse wielding. Nice. Couple of wands available here, couple of scrolls. Cold iron star knife plus 1, 2d4 plus 1 piercing damage. Finesse wielding. Holy water. Can throw this flask of holy water as a splash weapon with a range increment of 10 feet. Direct hit deals 2d4 points of holy damage to an undead creature or an evil outsider. Each such creature within 5 feet of the point where the flask hits takes 1 point of holy damage from the splash. Got some lock picks. Nothing too much here I'm super excited about. This could be good in Camelia's hands potentially, although she is not. She would be missing out on her weapon. What is it? Weapon specialty. Hooked Hammer of Discipline. +1 gnome hooked hammer deals an additional +1 damage to chaotic creatures. Quarterstaff of Slip. +1 quarterstaff grants its wielder +1 competence bonus to armor class. Okay. Well, nothing I really want right this instant, but that's okay. Let's see. Stolen Moon is all set. More than nothing. Let's go talk to Nenio and see what she's got to say. You know, we are her new helper after all. Boy, am I pleased with you. I asked you to bring me to safety, and that's exactly what you did. Indeed, having a follower to aid me is most efficient and frankly pleasing. With you on hand, I shall conquer new horizons, plumb the depths of knowledge hitherto unknown, and scale the dizzying heights of future discoveries. Nenio stops to catch her breath. What I mean is, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude. I foresee immense potential in our future cooperation. Yeah, I'm happy to help. Hand in hand, we will unravel the greatest mysteries inaccessible to the minds of ordinary people. Just imagine it. I, leading the way, proudly staring into the faces of the gods themselves, and you, my loyal follower, walking behind me every step of the way, writing down my deepest thoughts and admiring the profundity of my intellect. If we hold hands, you won't be able to go in front of me and lead the way. Or do you always express your delight so effusively? Yeah, well, you know what? This. You are the catalyst, which then reacts with my intellect, which when it reacts with my intellect will allow the latter to grasp the very essence of the universe itself. All right. All right. Do you always express your delight so effusively? What? Who are you? Nenio stares at you for a while, bewilderment in her eyes. Then it is replaced by recognition. Oh, yes, my new follower. So what am I supposed to do? Oh, yes, I must provide some verbal encouragement for you. Sorry, some verbal encouragement for your as yet modest achievements and try to induce you to strive for more of such encouragement. That is the principle that underpins any training. She frowns, but only for an instant. Ah, I see. Your modest nature was unsettled by the overabundance of my gratitude. I do apologize for putting you in such an awkward position. I will never praise you again unless I forget. But let's get back to the business at hand. Your new assignment will be to take me to the Inconspicuous Ruins that are located in an even more inconspicuous valley lying between Canabras and Dresden, as soon as reasonably practicable. I'll mark the place on your map with a large red cross so you don't forget it. Okay, got a new ruin. What's so special about these ruins? I'm glad you asked. This is my greatest hypothesis, my secret project, and I won't pass up the opportunity to share it with you because you are my most loyal follower and you are worthy of possessing such knowledge. Nenio rubs her nose. And also because you're the first person to ever ask me about it. Some time ago, I was walking around the border of the world wound and I met a strange person. He was wearing a frayed gray robe and his face was hidden behind an odd white mask. Of course, I didn't miss the opportunity to ask him about the reason for his absurd appearance. And do you know what he said to me? He said, "I am the answer, but what is the question?" Then he walked off in the direction of the world wound. Sounds like our guy who has been telling us that the absence of an answer is an answer of itself. The next day, after I'd already forgotten about the first encounter, I had another similar encounter. This time I met an elven woman, judging by the pointy ears sticking out from behind the mask. I am the answer, but what is the question? She said before taking off toward the world wound. And then I realized everything became clear to me. I know a mystery when I see one. Consider this one of my myriad talents. Nenio rubs the tip of her nose. After all these geysers weren't simply on their way to the costume party, were they? After examining several maps, I determined that they were all heading in one direction, to a place not far from Canabras, a place which is marked as nameless ruins on even ancient Sarkorian maps. That's where I need to go. Unraveling the secret of that place will be my greatest discovery. It will secure my place in history, or perhaps even in legend. All right, well, how do you know where we have to go? I think you just explained that. Do you know how to find a beehive in a forest? You need to catch 2 bees, set them free in 2 different locations of the forest, and remember the directions they fly in. Then you take a map and you draw lines showing the bees' routes. The place where the lines intersect will mark the location of the beehive. Fascinating, yes? By the way, forest bees do not make any honey. Nenio sighs. I used the beehive principle here, too. For a couple of months, I tracked the strange people in the masks and observed the direction in which they were traveling. I collected the coordinates, mapped their estimated routes, and made a discovery. All the routes intersected at the nameless ruins not far from Canabras. All right, good plan. And what do we expect to find here? I haven't the slightest idea. If I knew what was hidden there, I wouldn't be so eager to go. Okay, well, they're not very far. You could easily get there all by yourself. What do you need me for? Nenio's eyes seem ready to pop out of their sockets in surprise. Don't you see? This is a legendary secret place. Who knows what may happen to me after I lift the veil and uncover the workings of the universe? My mortal body may be unable to contain all that knowledge, or perhaps I will ascend and become equal to the gods themselves. I need you to write down everything that happens and report my fate to the interested parties in Absalom. And don't forget to praise me as I deserve while we're there. You know, these ruins of yours may turn out to be just that, ruins. Nenio shrugs. In that case, we'll write this experiment off as a failure and start another one. I don't know which experiment I'll try next. All right, well, that's all I need to know. Well, now you know, so off we go. Nenio frowns. Did I just make a rhyme? Perhaps I've discovered poetic talent myself. Let's conduct an experiment. Quickly, say any word and I'll try to find a rhyme for it right away. Science. That's when thinkers make alliance. Intellectual defiance. Not the best rhymes, don't you think? Well, this experiment was unsuccessful. We learned that I have no poetic talent at all. Nenio sighs. But it's no reason to despair. Having the gift of poetry in addition to my inexhaustible intelligence would have been a little too much. Besides, I am catastrophically busy and have no time to spend on writing poetry. All right. All right, I gotta go. Then Nenio produces a crumpled piece of paper from her sleeve and takes some notes on it. This conversation lasted approximately 5 minutes. She lifts her chin. By the way, did you know that the exact amount of time the Inquisitors of Canabras needed to find a defendant guilty? Did you know that is the exact amount of time that the Inquisitors of Canabras need to find a defendant guilty? But to shake off Inquisitors chasing you takes 5 times as long. That experiment proved that running while clad in heavy armor is not a burdensome. That experiment proved that running while clad in heavy armor is not burdensome for them at all. Okay, good to know. They can run in heavy armor. Okay, guys, so we got a new location on our map. We've got a couple of locations to check out. I think we're going to go ahead and do so. All right, so we're going to head out. And I think we're going to hit up the square first, because I think that's going to be hopefully the easiest. Okay, we are good to go here. Let's gather our party. I don't want Nenio with us yet. Okay, so let's have a look here. Okay, we don't have anything on this map as far as I can tell. All right, well, let's head down to the market square and see if we can find Jana. Okay, failed to sneak past. Got to fight. Okay, we got a shear, looks like. No. Just the one. Although he's coming up behind us. That's not perfect, but we gotta all go before he does.
Cover me, all right?
Ooh, missed an 8. Valric isn't quite going to make it there. Okay, plan to move away from it and plug it.
You've crossed the wrong
Missed a
mongrel.
6. Woljif, why don't you take the luck for this turn? Since you're right there. Ember. Stink Eye? Yeah, let's give this guy a negative to his saving throws. Oh, he made his will save, so it only affects him for a turn. What does she have? She has a light crossbow, right? She does have a light crossbow. You know what? We're going to give her the magic crossbow. She doesn't use it a lot, but, you know, nobody else is using it, so it's okay. Okay, Sela moving in. No, he tried to run past. That was maybe a mistake.
Zap you. Why not both?
Okay, Valric. Oh, good hit. Okay, got his bardish. Okay, looks good. Any loot? No other loot. All right, let's get out of here. And we continue on to the market square. Yes, we want to enter. Okay, so here we are. Let's take a look at the map. See, we've kind of covered pretty much the whole thing, except that there's a whole half of the map that's missing here. All right, so I want to come down this way and check this corner real quick, and then we'll see about heading over this way and see if we can find a way past all of this. So if we do this, that's going to be... All right, so this is the direction we want to go. The camera's facing that way now. Okay, I guess we kind of checked all of this, but... Okay. See, we've already been back here. Still can't catch this guy. Got a chest over here. Okay, I got a scroll of cure light wounds, got a mace and a coin. No other way to get into here, doesn't look like. This is edge of the map. Into the house. I think we went in here. We're going to check it just in case. Yeah, we've already been in here. Okay.
Did we find trouble? No, they did.
Okay, got another couple of rat swarms here. Okay, this is Camellia. I think we're just going to start swinging.
I'll cut you wide open.
Missed a 5. Good job. Another rat swarm. Ember. Let's just start shooting
Surrender or else.
our ear-piercing scream it. I mean, that's a possibility too. Valric, chop away. Missed a 5. Volgif.
Distract them for me.
Land, pull away from there a little bit.
You won't survive me.
Sela.
The light.
Okay, well, at least now we're starting to do some hitting. Okay, Camellia.
The spirits demand your
Okay,
blood.
killed there.
Too late for apologies.
Okay, so it's trying to use her ear-piercing scream.
I'll hit you.
And I'm not sure exactly how to make it not do that. There we go. I right-clicked on the bow, so hopefully that's what it was.
You won't stop us.
Oh, good hit. Valric, can you kill this whole swarm? Close. Half damage to swarms, so.
Time to share your treasures.
Endure this.
Okay. Okay, we found this card already. This was where the robbers were looting everything.
Do not
Oh,
Do not waver.
well. A plagued horse. Okay, Camellia, let's have some luck. Volgif, you just sit tight for the moment. In fact, why don't you acid that thing? Okay, land, shoot it. No. Not gonna get a chance. Okay, Ember, can you put it to sleep? Nope. Made it sit. Oh, horse is immune to slumber. Okay, that's... Wouldn't think that would be the case, but it's okay. Big hit. Got another one. Sela, move here in defensive position. Camellia, you're going to chant. And you're going to hit up. Luck on there. Woljif, come here. Lan, you're going to come to here. And then shoot the horse if you can. Nope, not good. And Ember. Going over here. Negative to attack rolls. Can't do it. Okay, Valric. Yeah, see if you can. No, you're not going to be able to charge. Oh, you can charge. Oh, just put it down. Nice. Okay. So the question is there any way to get over to here? It looks like we can come here. Maybe.
They will break against our resolve.
Okay. Who are we fighting? Amelia, why don't you do luck on Sela since she's leading the party here at the moment. Okay. Valric, move forward. Oh, there we go. Giant centipede.
Make every strike count.
Okay, dead centipede. We'll just sit tight. Ember, forward just a little bit. Okay, big old fly.
The inheritor, guide my
Good hit from
blade.
Sela. Okay, Camellia, let's have a chant. And let's have another luck. Valric's up. Let's kill this one. Okay, thought I missed there for a second. Okay, he's done. Lan.
You
Kill.
crossed the wrong mongrel.
Okay, good. And we'll just should be able to
Cover
kill
me,
this
alright?
thing. Nicely done. Okay, we've got a chest over here of some kind. Uh-oh. A dretch. That's not too bad. Oh, where are you guys going? Okay. Luck charm on Valric. And move forward because that's the direction the party's going. Okay, we got more here. A Vermlick and 2 Dretches. The Vermlick, what are we dealing with here? This is a level 4 Chaotic Evil Outsider. Standard damage reduction and acid, fire, cold immunities or resistances. It's got flesh armor, immune to electricity and negative, and poison. Okay. Valric, you're going to go ahead and use your mutagen, I think, this turn. Nah, he's level 4. We're okay. Let's charge this Dretch. Can't charge the Dretch. Can we charge him? No. We can charge him, but that's in the stinking cloud. Okay, now. Yeah, you know what? 10 minutes per level. Yeah, and I don't want to use it right now. This fight's not going to warrant it. Okay, got mass inflict wounds there. Yeah, we'll hit him with a flare, see if we can get anything there. Didn't overcome his spell resistance. Ember, see if you can put him to sleep. Nope. Saving throw succeeded. Land, shoot him.
You won't survive me.
Okay. Reduced damage, but got some. Celia, you're going to come up to here. You're going to be our wall. Stretch missing all kinds of stuff. Camellia, you're going to do a chant. And you're going to give Celia the protective ward as well. Protective luck. Canabrus Crusaders are doing a number on these guys. Alright, Valric, kill the Dretch. Thank you. I'm gonna wait. Okay. Alright, Stinking Cloud is gone. Let's see. Charge him. Sneak attack. Reduced damage, but did some. Ember hit him just with Divine Zap. 2 points of damage for that. It's not nothing. And land, finish him off. Good job. What do we got here? Longsword, just a regular longsword. Talk to these guys. Eagle Watch will not abandon its post no matter what happens. Yep.
You are today's sacrifice.
Okay. See what we got. A little looting here. Okay, we got stories told by us spirits, the Knight and the Harrowed Hands, Canabrus Medium Alliance Publishing. Okay, that's a longer one. Leave that there for you if you want to read that. You can pause it. And there's the rest of it. Pause that and read it if you want. Okay, take all. There was a chest here. We're going to loot that. Okay, we could use the log to get across here. Not ready to do that just yet. Okay, we got something going on over here. Holren, I've tolerated your heresy for too long. The signs of recent hard fighting are obvious in this stern old man. His armor is dented and covered in blood, and the unnatural pallor suggests something more dangerous than wounds infected by claws and fangs. Nevertheless, his gaze is stony and his voice unaccustomed to barking. His gaze is stony, and his voice, accustomed to barking orders, is harsh and clipped. He brings the blade of his sword to the throat of the beautiful golden-haired Aasimar, who is being held by two soldiers. I should have put you to the stake the day you arrived in this city. Perhaps then this tragedy would have been prevented. All right. So that's a little dark. Ramian says, or perhaps you should have listened to others instead of spitting accusations of heresy to anyone who stood up to you. The Aasimar has been savagely beaten, but a smile plays on his bloodied lips. Who knows? Perhaps we could have saved Canabras if you had listened to my warning about the demon's attack. If you'd allowed my adepts to complete their mission. If we had worked together instead of fighting each other. Holren says, you said yourself that you've been fighting against me all this time, you heretic. Well then, unburden your soul. Confess before your death that your adepts succumbed to the demons and, at their instigation, almost deprived this city of its wardstone. The old man strikes the Aasimar across the face. The time for confessing is past. Say your final prayer to your unholy mistress. You will soon be united with her. The Aasimar notices you in a loud, clear voice and tones. Oh, Desna, the great dreamer, I pray to you, protect my adepts. Send a brave soul to aid them, one who knows the price of freedom and who can distinguish good from evil. May they not share my fate, and forgive Prelate Hulrun for everything, including the folly he is about to commit. I've heard enough of this treasonous prattle. He seems to be a split second away from slicing the Aasimar's throat. I don't want to attack him yet. Hey, what are you doing? Well, go him. The old man, caught up in his retribution, pays no heed to your words. Oh, well. Okay, so the old man slices the Aasimar's throat. The body drops to the ground, and the old man turns to you. Who are you? What are you doing here? You're not a cultist, are you? See how I deal with cultists? And what is this hideous creature? Holden peers at Lan with suspicion. Lan, at your service. The mongrel ducks his head in a bow. My forebears fought in the First Crusade. I've lived in Canabras my whole life. You haven't ever seen me before? Must be because you don't ever venture into our underground district. We've been meaning to complain to the city authorities that our paving stones have been in need of repair for a long time. The First Crusade. So you're a mongrel. Huh. You obviously know human speech surprisingly well, in fact. All right, let's be off with you. The prelate looks at you. If he causes any trouble, I shall hold you responsible. Come to think of it, you still haven't told me who you are. There's a lot of choices here, guys. 1 second here. All right. Well, do we show him the sword? I don't know if we do that. Might kind of be his enemy, actually. Who are you? Why did you kill this Aasimar? Yeah, why did you kill the Aasimar? It's a good question. For heresy and treason, Helrun spits. This cultist has been spreading seditious rumors in the city for years, undermining our defenses and besmirching my name. In the end, his creatures, the adepts of the Temple of Desna, revealed their true color when they tried to sneak into the Wardstone chamber and perform who knows what foul magic over it. If I hadn't been keeping my eye on them from the very beginning, their plan would have succeeded, and now Canabras would have lost the significant protection offered by Omede's gift. The traitors were fortunately stopped in time. I have just disposed of their leader, and without doubt the rest of his accomplices will be found and justly punished. Desna is a good and benevolent goddess. Her church is not outlawed. Good, evil, what's the difference? All forces of chaos are the same. Demons, Atzas, Nocticula, or Desna. It makes no difference to me. All they think about is destroying and tearing down. But that way leads to madness. The Desnans' intentions may have been good, but they were the first to succumb to the demons' lies. the first to poison the morale of their comrades and the first to rush headlong into such fatal foolishness. May Iomade serve justice on all of them. But Prelate, there are allies, Seedless says. Some allies can do more harm than your enemies, you know. Lan, not helping at all, Lan. Precisely. I'm gratified to see the taint that disfigured your body did not leave you dull-witted as well. Lan scowls. Thank you for your kind words. I'm glad the demons didn't knock your brain out of your skull on the battlefield. I am responsible for this city. The queen herself appointed me to protect it, and the goddess has conferred upon me the powers to fulfill my duty. I decide who here is an ally and who is an enemy. Yeah, this is mindless brutality and lawlessness. You're a disgrace to your city and your goddess. No, I am protecting the city, and my dealings with the goddess have nothing to do with you or anyone else. I don't think he's going to be too happy to hear that Erebeth is the warden of the city. I have a feeling he's not going to take to that very well. Why are you standing here? I'm standing guard over this hole. There are demons hiding in there, no doubt about it. The moment I step away, they'll come crawling out. Yeah, there's nothing dangerous in this hole. There's no reason to guard it. I won't hear another word. Demons are hiding underground. The proof is all around you. The demon spawn that tried to crawl out can't harm anyone now. Wait, you're trying to lure me away from here, aren't you? With narrowed eyes, Holren scans you from head to toe. Perhaps you are a cultist too? Want to help your friends underground, do you? Well, you won't fool me. I won't take a single step away from here, and if you keep talking nonsense, I'll have you strung up for treason. Wow. Yeah, you should go to the Defender's Heart. Yeah, Erebeth would really like to have a chat with you. Who now? Tirablade? That upstart? Warden of the city? And I suppose I've already been written off for dead. This isn't sedition. This is outright insurrection. I am loath to abandon my watch, but I can't turn a blind eye to the blatant usurpation of power. We have no hope of defeating the enemy if there is disorder within our own ranks. I'm going over there right now. I need to see what this Erebeth is up to. Ember peers intently at Holrun. I remember you. When Father and I arrived in this city, you met us. But it's true. You and the other knights tied us to stakes and started lighting a bonfire. Father died, and then one of your knights changed his mind and pulled me from the flames. But then he died too. Don't you remember? Holrun says if you were burned, then it was with good reason. You say some traitor helped you escape from the fire? That's a crime in itself, which means that you have been evading justice all these years. If it weren't for the invasion, I would review your case and see that the sentence was finally fulfilled. You're lucky that we have more important matters to deal with right now. All right, I've had enough of this guy. He didn't look the way he does now, all wrinkled and gray. He was young with a big mustache. Ember smiles broadly and draws a big, bushy mustache in the air with her finger. He probably forgot all about me. It was a long time ago, but I do want to say one thing. I am not cross with him. This knight is a true hero. He really, really wanted to protect his city, only he got mixed up about who was good and who was evil. Yeah, Ember, let's, Holrun, you sent an innocent child to be burned at the stake. Don't you want to ask for forgiveness? Ha! Hardly. Anyone can look innocent. How did this girl manage to survive the fire? And what about that crow she's got always flying around her? I advise you to take a closer look at this innocent little lamb of yours. If you ask me, she looks highly suspicious indeed. All right. What to do, what to do, what to do. Do we attack him? It's probably fairly high level. I don't know if we can beat him. All right, let's go. We got better things to do. Yes, let's go. Bye-bye, kind knight. She waves to Holrun with a carefree smile. Holram grimaces and turns away. Yeah, gather allies for the Grey Garrison. That kind of doesn't seem like they're allies to me, but all right, this guy. Ooh. All right, we got some magical sparklies going on over here yet. Let's check it out. Ilks. You hear a noise from somewhere very close. Scant inches away, something between a whimper and a groan. It's followed by heavy, gasping breaths. All right. I know you're here. Show yourself and we can talk face to face. The stranger, who is clearly the Desnan adept Ramian mentioned, sighs. I'm so tired of jumping at every shadow. If I suspect every person I meet of nefarious intentions, I'll be just the same as Holrun, won't I? And I don't want to be like him. I want to believe you are a friend, stranger. The adept ends the invisibility spell and appears before you. Aha, so you're one of the Desnan adepts that tried to break into the Wardstone? Yes, I am Ilks, Cleric of Desna, one of the people who answered the call to the voice in dreams. Some unknown person made contact with us through our dreams, telling us about the demons' plans. We learned that the demons were planning to attack Canabras and do something terrible with our Wardstone, which always carries the taint of corruption. Prelate Holrun refused to heed our warnings. We had to make a choice. We could either throw up our hands and pull back or take action, even though it would cost us our lives. But what heartless person would stand by in the face of such a deadly threat? What were you going to do with the Wardstone? Young man hesitates. Our plan was to get to it and follow our instincts. There were 3 of us, a cleric, a mage, and a bard. Between us, we know a lot. We're capable of a great deal. If we'd had enough time, I'm sure we could have figured out what was wrong with the Wardstone and how to heal it. But they didn't give us time. Yes, the local commanders got roped into dealing with this. Some idiot kids trying to break into the Wardstone. Apparently some of ours, but who even knows these days? Sela sighs. I know there's no evil in you. I can sense things like that. But what you did was so stupid and impulsive. Someone could have gotten hurt. I know from experience. Land. So you lot decided you needed to go do something right away. So you did something right away. Great work. Land gives a sarcastic round of applause. Woljif says, like the city authorities would have done a better job, they weren't going to do a thing, even though it sounds like they knew about the danger. All they knew was some crazies had some weird dreams. But anyway, it's a little late to be trying to pin blame on people. How did you guys come up with this plan? How could we not come up with that plan? You sense the young man's temper rising. Listen, Desna is the goddess of luck, but luck, as many lay people would understand it, and luck as we, the followers of the music of the spheres, see it, are far from the same thing. Other people believe that luck is something good that falls into your lap just because, like a generous but unearned reward. We see luck as fundamental law of creation, according to which even the darkest hour of the most hopeless situation, a chance of rescue and change for the better can arise. But you've got to seize the chance when it presents itself, or better yet, create your own. Followers of Desna are not people who like idleness and inaction. That's why Canabras is in trouble. We did as our goddess had taught us. We took the matter into our own hands and tried in a moment of desperation to pluck our chance from the hands of fate itself. You were trying to help. They can punish you if you... Can they punish you if you were trying to help? Is that allowed? Sometimes it's even necessary, Lance says. All right. How can a zealot like Holrun become a respected defender of Canabras? Yeah, his faith is strong, incredibly strong. The people of the city have seen him fighting in the front lines time after time. I myself remember feeling dumbstruck the first time I saw that gruff old man slaying demons in a fit of righteous fury. The people living on the edge of the abyss need protecting more than anything else, and that's why they are prepared to forgive their protector almost anything, even prejudice, paranoia, and the death of innocents. Also, Holren hasn't been as brutal as he used to be for a long time. He has his loyal right-hand man, Leoder, known as the Hawkblade. He's a witch hunter too, but a good deal more rational and even-tempered. Holren trusts him completely, and Leoder always conducts a thorough investigation before dragging a victim to the fire. It's our bad luck that Leoder left Canabras in pursuit of some particularly vicious hags 2 weeks before the attack. If he were here, he wouldn't have let Holren attack Ramian. On the other hand, if he were here, we wouldn't have escaped after trying to get to the Wardstone. We'd all be in a cell right now. All right. Where's your fellow worst person? How many are there? Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know where they are. We split up to confuse the Inquisitors who were chasing us. All right. Well, do you need help? That would be great. I have no hope of finding my friends in this chaos, and I'm scared to think what will happen if the Inquisitors or demons get to them first. Listen, my friends are called Arachna and Thal. Thal is the wallflower. Aranka is an amazing singer and truly beautiful girl. She has plenty of friends and fans. She's probably blended into a crowd somewhere. Wallflower's a mage, but I don't think he'll risk using magic. It will only bring the Inquisitors down on him. He'll be harder to find. You'd better find Aranka first. She might know where the Wallflower is. Please find them and protect them against demons and Inquisitors. I will await news on the goddess's temple. I hope our mysterious helper will send us a new message that will reveal what is to come from the demons. All right, we gotta go. All right, so he's heading off to the temple. What is this? Oh, do I dare? You know what? Let's pull everybody back. And let's just have Valric go do whatever this is. All right. Day 26, month of Rhodus, year 4715. The demon invasion transformed all of Canabras into one great battlefield, but nowhere in the city suffered as much as this square. This place saw a clash of titans, the demon lord Descari leading his hordes from the abyss, and the dragon Terendelev, the mightiest of the city's defenders, and the one of the first to fall. The scene of destruction leaves no doubt as to the battle's outcome. A skilled scout could recreate the course of the battle moment by moment simply by looking at the ruins, from the chimneys torn down by powerful wings in a sharp dive to the bloody tracks left behind when the demon dragged away the noble reptilian's broken body. But it is no hypothetical scout gazing upon the ruins. It's Valric, and he's not alone. The shadow of the strange, barely perceptible presence lingers over this place. Like a gaze untethered from any observer, this mysterious force, unknown to mortal kind, silently assesses, judges, and seeks a better way. In an instant, Valric is vested with the power and looks at the world with its eyes. The past, present, and future stand before him as an unified whole. An unmoving, multifaceted crystal that would be beautiful were it not for the fractures, blemishes, and flecks marring its splendor. What past does he see? In the past exists the one who wielded this gaze in life. Although the one and life are inappropriate terms for eons, the supernatural embodiments of cosmic balance, rather the who or what, a better word for these entities, is how. This aeon appeared from outside this world, from the great beyond, to put an end to the intermingling of the planes and destroy the world wound. The chasm disrupting the order of the multiverse. Alas, the visitor from beyond proved too weak for the battle that they came to fight. They even failed to finish casting the spell that would have sent Descari back to the abyss. With one swing of his scythe, the demon lord cut the aeon down. What's the present? Ruins, blood, corpses. None of this perturbs the aeon's dispassionate gaze. The living are alive, the dead will be judged by Pharasma, all as it should be. But the demons circling the sky or prowling through the streets create a jarring juxtaposition like splashes of blood-red ink on a restrained pencil sketch. They should not be here. The world is of mortals and is for mortals. The demon's place is in the demon world. How sublime the world would be if everything as in it knew its place. But even the demons aren't as aberrant as the sharp-edged, unassuming crystal languishing in the dirt among the bricks and smashed cobblestones. No mortal would notice it, but to the Aeon's eyes, its mere existence is an outrage against the universal laws. If the Aeon still existed, they would not stop until the crystal was unmade, but the Aeon is gone, and only their gaze remains. Valric picks the crystal up out of the dirt and stows it in his pocket. He is mortal, which means he has the power to decide what to do with it. Got a purple stone knife. And what do we see in the future? Good and evil, chaos and order, everything in its lawful place in the multiverse, and is no longer trespassing where it does not belong. Nothing is disrupting the smooth and steady current of the river of souls from life into death and back to life again. The reality, rid of its flaws, is now perfect, and the aeons withdraw to eternally admire its beauty, which will never be threatened again. After allowing the hero to view the world through their eyes, the little that remained of the destroyed Aeon is killed, even appropriate here for an entity so removed from life and death as we understand them. Oh, that's a question, sorry. Is killed even appropriate here for an entity that is so removed from life and death as we understand them? Used up its last vestiges of energy. Now they are ready to disperse into nothingness, unless someone decides to preserve the Aeon within themselves. Will the hero take on the power so that he may look at the world through another's eyes, or will he allow it to vanish? Ooh, so we're starting a Mythic Path here is what this looks like. I really don't know much about the Mythic Paths. Do we want to retain the power, or do we want to let it go for something else? Can't really just back out here. So I think what we're going to do... Well, like I said, I don't know. So we're going to just do it because we don't know. And we're going to find out. So we'll go ahead and allow the Aeon's power to come in. The spirit of the Aeon dwells out of... the spirit of the Aeon dwells out of sight, deep in Valric's soul, like a pair of magical spectacles stowed away until the moment when the hero once again needs to look at the world through another's eyes. All right, guys, and that is going to bring us up onto the hour mark here, it looks like. And so I think we're going to save it here, and we will pick up here in our next episode. But if you've enjoyed this, do me a big favor, hit that like button for me. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.